You can't change what you did in the past, but what you can do is control your present actions and the steps you take moving forward. My name is Blaze Asayan, and I help young men break bad habits, build confidence, and develop self-esteem. Today, I want to discuss why focusing on your past mistakes, your past errors that you made, the things that you regret doing, is so detrimental to your progress and the person you want to be moving forward. Look, in my past, I did things that I wasn't proud of, that I was ashamed of. And, as much as I'd like to say that I regret doing those things, I don't, because they served as the greatest lessons that I learned throughout my life. The things that, were against my character that I did anyways. And to see the consequences of some of the actions I took was necessary for me. It was necessary. I learned the hard way from a young age that you need to be someone who is of good character, who does right by other people. And, I often say to myself that I was reborn, because I really feel that way. I'm not the same person who I was 2 years ago, and neither are you listening to this. You aren't the person who made that mistake, who stole maybe from someone, who did something you're not proud of, something that you may think is immoral, right? You're not that person anymore, okay? We can always reinvent ourselves. We can always turn into the person that we want to become. You just need to take that first step. And a couple of years ago, I took that first step. And the reason why so many people never take that first step is because it's the most difficult one. That first step represents you turning yourself into a new person, a new beginning, a new life. And if you can't take that first step, then it's going to be a long and hard road for you the rest of your life, right? All it takes is the one step to change your life. One step, change your environment. Stop being around the same people you've always been around. Analyze the people around you and decide if you need to be around a new environment. That's a step. That's a step that I took in my life. That's an example, right? One step is all it takes. It's either you take the one step to change your life, to make a big decision, to completely alter the trajectory of your life, or you live a life where you're too afraid to take that first step because you're afraid of being lonely maybe, or you're afraid of ridicule from other people, right? And then you'll live a life of regret and wondering what could have been. If I wasn't afraid to make that big decision, that big, bold decision, what might have happened in my life? Might I have actually ended up living my dreams if I'd taken that big, bold first step? I think you know the answer to that. So look, we can't go back to what we've done in the past. And as much as my mind likes to play tricks on me, and I'm sure your mind does this as well, bring up past errors that you've made, things that you shouldn't have done, but you did anyways. Your mind is going to play tricks on you. So when you start succeeding in your life and you change the course of your life and you make big, bold moves, your mind's going to bring you back and say, hey, remember who you used to be? And that's going to play tricks on you. You're going to start thinking to yourself, you know what, maybe I am that person. Maybe I am the person who did wrong by others, who was unhealthy, was unmotivated, was depressed. Maybe I am that person, because your mind keeps bringing back up the memories of the person you used to be. So it's up to you. Do you listen? Do you listen to those memories that come, that your mind, when it brings up the memories and says, hey, settle down, this is who you are? Or do you tell your mind, no, I'm not that person anymore, and you're not going to tell me what to do. I'm in control of my actions. I know that I did these things that were wrong in my past, but I'm a changed man or a changed woman. I'm a new person. And no matter what you do, no matter how much you bring back up this past memory, I'm in control and I'm going to cut it out. I have the power to do that. I have the power to tell my mind, no, we don't think that way anymore. We don't go back to what we did. The past is in the past. There's nothing you can do about it, right? When you finally, it's so easy to say that, but when you finally live that, man, it's so freeing. The past is the past. What you did cannot be undone. The only thing that you can control is what you do now and in the future. What I just said there, that was already in the past. Can't change it, right? So control the now. Always focus on what you're doing in the present moment while keeping the long-term vision in mind, right? Don't focus on that outcome all the time. Because if you focus on it all the time, then you might quit in the present because you're not there yet. And it's going to take time to get there if you have big goals like I do, right? The one thing that I can recommend to you more than anything else, which has changed my life, is to eliminate the past errors you've made. And if there are things in your life which are connected to your past, which constantly bring up the past errors you've made, you need to go deal with it. You need to go and talk to someone, or you need to change your environment and change what you're doing. I think the most effective way is to talk it out with someone, confront people that, might have a hold over your mind. Go talk to a therapist, go seek coaching from someone. Go talk it out though, because if you don't talk it out, it's forever going to live in here. And then your mind will dominate your life and you'll never feel in control. And I was that way for a long time and it ruined me. It dragged me down and, I was ashamed of who I was. Even though I was trying to progress, I couldn't because my mind had a hold over me. I was my mistakes. I was my past. But no longer do I think that way because I finally confronted my mind and I finally began to take control over it. And as soon as those dark thoughts come in about things that, are against my character, are not who I am, I remind myself of that. And I remind myself of how far I've come over the years, the person I am today, the man I am today, doing good by people, having a smile on my face, being interested in other people because I genuinely am, not being so, fully focused on myself only and my needs and wants. And living that way has brought a big sense of fulfillment to me. So I'm proud of the man I've become over the past couple of years. I feel like I have every area of my life on lock. I'm figuring out one last piece, which is the financial aspect. Obviously, we all need money to live. I have big financial goals in my life. But all other areas are strong. I have a strong base that's built up that will never be undone because I've worked on it so much. The meditating, the exercising, the doing everything I can, the reading, the looking for opportunities, not waiting for opportunities to come to me, going after things so I create opportunity. Everything is going well right now. It's just my ability to control my mind, which is the number one thing that will determine where I go in my life. if I'm able to maintain control over my mind and what I do and not let the past mistakes creep in, they still do. They still do. Not going to lie to you and say that I've, been able to eliminate them. I don't think that will ever happen. But what I do is I remind myself whenever they come in about a few things. I say to myself first and foremost, hey, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you and how far you've come. Sometimes I say it out loud. It might seem crazy. But when I'm alone, I do say it out loud. Say, look, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of how far you've come. And I know we still have a lot further way to go in life, a lot more things we want to accomplish, but you've done a lot of good work on yourself, and I think you're on the right path. And just saying that you're proud of yourself like that, man, you're going to feel so much better. I promise you. It's helped me a lot. So I want to thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, click the link in my bio to check out my other social media platforms. And if you're interested in what I'm trying to do with the Discipline Institute, trying to create a movement of young men who become more confident in themselves, eradicate all bad habits, and step into their true potential, you can check that out as well in the description, the Discipline Institute. And yeah, this was, really something that was on my mind today because, today I found myself thinking about past errors and mistakes. And I had that ritual that I put in place to say that I'm proud of myself, and it sparked me wanting to talk about it today. So I really hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I want to thank you again, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.